look, by the end of this, there isn't much that you guys will not know about Ras Al Khaimah. I'm going to tell you as much as I possibly can in 20 minutes. And hopefully you'll learn something new and you'll see why this is a really beautiful little part of the world that you could be sending your clients to. So let me start with where we are. For those of you who do not know, Ras Al Khaimah is one of the 7 emirates in the UAE. We're the furthest north. So when you come to us, typically people are flying into Dubai International Airport, and it's just a 45-minute transfer by road from Dubai to Ras Al Khaimah. It can be quicker to get up to us and to our hotels than it can be to get onto some of the hotels in the Palm in Dubai. We have fantastic roads and nowhere near as much traffic as what you get in the cities. And obviously, guys, the connections coming in flight-wise into Dubai and even into Abu Dhabi, which is just over 2 hours from Ras Al Khaimah, with your Emirates flights, your Etihad flights. And there is actually an airport in Ras Al Khaimah, and we have started to get Qatar flights coming in there. So we're starting to see a little bit of multi-centering, people doing Doha City, Ras Al Khaimah Beach, and multi-centering within the UAE as well. People come out, do a couple of nights in one of the cities, then come up to Ras Al Khaimah. It's a very, very popular way to come to us. But we are very different part of the UAE up where we are. We're right on the border of Muzandam, Oman, right up at the top. So yeah, it's much more nature-based. We like to call ourselves the Nature Emirate. And I'll tell you a bit more details of why we call ourselves that as I go through the presentation. So I think a good way to get to know Ras Al Khaimah is a bit of a bird's eye view from above. So having a look at this map just to put into perspective sort of what we have in the destination and where everything is. One of the key things, we've got 64 kilometers of incredible coastline, mainly beaches, like you can see behind in the picture behind me. Big, wide, luxury beaches. We've got lots of space in Ras Al Khaimah. Everything isn't crowded together, so all our hotels have got an enormous amount of land around them. Behind our beaches is where you're going to find lots of desert. Obviously, it's the UAE, lots of desert space, lots of exciting things happening out here. But what makes us unique, we are the only emirate that also has the mountains. So eclipsing the whole destination is the Hajar mountain range. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see Jebel Jais. This is the highest peak, and to come up here takes no longer than about 1 hour, 15 minutes from our hotels. And you can come up here for a morning, for an afternoon. There's lots of really exciting things happening up here. Just coming back down to run along this coastline for you. So this is the main downtown part of Ras Al Khaimah. Our downtown's built all around the waterways. We've got lots of beautiful mangroves as well. Where you see a little red circle on my map, that is where there is a hotel. Where you see a little blue circle, that's where a hotel is still to come. So we've got a little bit of development happening in the destination at the minute. Some hotels still to come over the next sort of 5-6 years. It's a very slow process growing the destination. We do want more tourism. We're not an oil-rich part of the UAE, so we're encouraging more tourism to come. So we have got a few more hotels still to come along the way. But some new ones that have popped up recently. So in the middle of the screen now, you see Mina Al Arab. This is where Anantara opened at the start of this year. We've also got a beautiful intercontinental property here, which has become very, very popular in the UK and Irish markets. Where you see all the greenery on the coast is where our beautiful mangroves are. We've also got a hotel here called Cove Rotana, which is a beautiful, big, widespread, almost holiday village style property that offers a wonderful all-inclusive program, great for families. They have villas with pools as well, which is a really nice property. Then coming up the coast a little bit more, we've got Al Hamra. This is a very luxury part of the destination. This is where we've got Waldorf Astoria, very big iconic property in the destination. We've also got a Ritz-Carlton that sits here on the beach. And Al Hamra, we've got a golf course, we've got a mall. There's a lot of stuff happening around this area. And then we've got Marjan Island at the end. And this is where our highest concentration of beach properties are. Two of our biggest sellers in the market, we've got Rixos Bab Al Bar and Doubletree Hilton, Marjan Island. Why are they the biggest sellers? Because they're 5-star, because they are ultra all-inclusive. When you book these properties, you're literally paying for everything at the standard sort of all-inclusive price. And they're fantastic for families. We've seen so many families from the UK and Ireland coming out to these properties very recently, especially in the last year, and getting fantastic value for money for the all-inclusives that we're offering. So it's definitely a one to look at for families. Also on Marjan Island, we've got the world's largest Hampton by Hilton. We've got a beautiful Movenpick. We've got Radisson, some great properties there. And again, still a few to come. So there's lots happening, lots of different hotels, something for every type of traveler for sure, from that luxury high-end sort of Ritz-Carlton, Waldorf Astoria, right down to your Radissons and your Hampton Hiltons. It's good because obviously being UAE, we've got incredible hospitality standards, which is very much reflected in the hotels that we've got in Ras Al Khaimah. But there is something for every budget, right down to where we've got apartments and villas, as well as the big, incredible five-star properties. And like I said before, we have still got some great brands still to come. And this is just to give you a little snapshot. So Anantara is our newest that just opened in January. But also this year, we're looking forward to seeing Sofitel open in the Alhambra area. We've also got Westin coming as well, which we're very excited about. And over the next 5-6 years, a few other projects, brands you guys will be familiar with, like Nobu, like Marriott. But our biggest project coming to Marjan Island is Wynn. So Wynn Resorts will be coming to Marjan Island in 2027, and that's going to be a massive, a real big win for Ras Al Khaimah, offering fantastic entertainment, gaming facilities, which obviously a bit of a game changer for the UAE. So we're very excited about that one coming. So this is a little snapshot into the future of Ras Al Khaimah. And look, guys, obviously, Kerry said at the start, we have got a fantastic prize to give away today. There's 3 nights staying at the brand new Anantara Mina Al Arab. So I just wanted to do a couple of slides just to really show off that property, to show you why it is incredible and why you should have it on your radar for some of your clients. I was very, very fortunate to get out there and see it just 2 weeks ago. It's an incredibly beautiful property on a really beautiful widespread piece of land, very spacious, overlooking the beautiful mangroves that are filled with nature. And they've got these incredible overwater villas. And these are the first style of this property to come up to this part of the UAE. Really, really beautiful. So you can see on the map here, they've got lots of fantastic rooms on the mainland, on the beach, and then these incredible water villas. Wherever you are within this hotel, you've got incredible 360 views over the water, over the mangroves, over the beach. You've always got an incredible view. It's got amazing restaurants, an incredible Asian restaurant, and then you've got bars and restaurants right down on the beach as well. It's a fantastic place. Definitely, definitely check it out. I mean, I don't need to say anything. When you see this picture of what the pool, the overwater pool villas look like, they are pretty incredible. So for that high-end luxury client, definitely give this one a go, especially if they're thinking something, Indian Ocean style and they haven't got the budget. You're going to find it's very good value for money. Definitely check it out. And then just moving away from our hotels, guys, and to talk about the actual destination itself, and why come to Ras Al Khaimah, what you're going to get to see and do, and a bit of feel for what makes us different and what makes us unique. And the biggest thing is that when you come to us, you really are seeing a much more authentic part of the UAE. In our downtown, it's it's the local Emirati people living there, running their businesses. It's not been in any way modernized, I suppose, like the centers of Dubai and Abu Dhabi have. I'm just going to play a little video that's going to summarize some of the sort of key cultural things that you'll be able to see in the destination. So just a couple of highlights that you would have seen in that video. So we've got places like Daya Fort. is the only remaining hilltop fortification in all of the UAE. You can climb the almost 300 steps to get to the top. You've got incredible views down over the destination, but more importantly, if you're interested in history, architecture, archaeology, this is a really fantastic place. It's got so much historical value. It's actually on the tentative UNESCO heritage site list. So this is a really cool place to get to come. It's also next door to a date farm, a working date farm. It's putting out all the local produce that comes out of the destination as well, which is really, really interesting. But one of my favorite things to do when I go to Ras Al Khaimah is to visit our working pearl farm. So this is the Suwaidi Pearl Farm. It's on our coastline. It sits on the mangroves. And to come here, it's a really beautiful experience. I really couldn't recommend it more. When you get there, you're taken aboard one of the traditional Dhow cruise ships. They take you out onto the mangroves, and our mangroves are so filled with nature. You can see flocks of flamingos. If you're lucky, you can see sea turtles in the water. There's even wild camels that walk along the beaches. So you get this really relaxing, beautiful nature experience on the water. But then you arrive at the pearl farm. It's like platforms in the sea. They teach you all about the history of the pearl divers. It's a very rich history for the local people. You know, at one point in history, the sea tribes could only make money by diving for pearls, and literally the best pearls in the world came from this part of the UAE in Ras Al Khaimah. They do make the pearl jewelry locally, and you can purchase that. It's a really nice way to be giving back to the local community as well. So yeah, so the Suwaidi Pearl Farm is definitely one to have on your recommendations list for people heading out to the destination. So many activities happening with us as well, guys. Obviously, with all the incredible beaches and all the incredible we've got so many water sports happening on these beaches because they're so big. We've got so much space. You know, there's jet skis, there's flyboarding. You can go kayaking in the mangroves around the nature in the mornings. Even some of our hotels have got fantastic water facilities. So Doubletree Hilton on Marjan Island, for example, they've got a floating like water slide park on the sea. The Movenpick on Marjan Island, they've got a whole floating assault course that you can do on the water as well. So there's loads happening on the water for couples, for families that want to be a bit more adventurous. And then coming back from the coastline to where our desert space is, there's absolutely loads happening out here too. So all the things you would expect. So, you know, you've got your dune bashing safaris and things like that, but we have a lot more nature-based experiences out here as well. So there's actually a nature reserve that sits out in the desert called Al Wadi. When you come here, so like you can see in this picture, we do little 4x4 drives, where the driver will do like native animal calls to the local wildlife, and you'll have oryx and gazelle and camels that are coming. You can hand feed them and really get up and close and personal to them. It's a really nice experience. The other thing we have out here is obviously falconry, really big in the UAE, so you can interact with all the birds. We also have an equestrian centre with retired race horses, so any level of horse rider from beginner to professional can come out and interact with our horses. And something that's quite new that we started to do at the start of last year, we started to do hot air balloon rides in the desert over the nature reserve, and this is a really fantastic experience. So these guys will have you picked up and in the balloon before the sun rises in the morning. So you're in the air, you see the sunrise from behind our beautiful mountains. The views are incredible. The pilots are so skilled. At 1 minute, they will have you at like 5,000 feet, and you can see the Emirates A380s aircraft coming into Dubai airport, and the next minute he will literally be like a meter off the sand dunes and he skims over them like a magic carpet. It really is incredible. On selected flights, they take a private DJ in the balloon and he'll do a live DJ set over the nature reserve. It's very unique, very cool. And every single flight ends with a champagne breakfast. So it's a really nice luxury experience. If you've got people on a special occasion, definitely check out our hot air balloons. And of course, out here, we've got loads of desert camps as well, guys. And with our camps, there's something for everybody. We've got very traditional, sort of old school camps like Bedouin and Basata, where you're going to do all the traditional entertainment and the barbecue dinners. We've got dunes camping and safari. You can link these up with doing the, the dune bashing safaris, and you can do 4x4 driving across the sand dunes here as well. Definitely something for everybody. But then at the high end of the scale, we've got our very luxury camp, which is called Sonara. And I've just got a very quick video that's going to highlight the key things at Sonara. But think fine dining in the desert, very high end desert experience. Definitely a very cool place to spend an evening out in our desert, that's for sure. And then just want to highlight this. This is quite new. We've just started to do this in the last few months. We've been doing little flights across the destination. So it's literally little two people aircraft. They'll take you up, they'll fly you over the main part of the coastline, over the mangroves, over Marjan Island. Incredible views of our beautiful properties and the destination. So something for people that are looking for something a little bit different, for sure. Golf, very, very much coming on the map for golf tourism in Ras Al Khaimah. So we have 2 courses in the destination. We're getting a lot of people coming out and doing multi-center, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, just to hit all the incredible golf courses that are out in the UAE. Our main course and our most popular is the Al Hamra course. This is at the Waldorf Astoria property. We've had the DP Tour come out here for the past few years. It's been very, very successful. It's very much put us on the map as a golf destination. And this course, they do floodlight it. They floodlight 9 holes. So when it's too hot during the day, we've got our golfers coming out in the evening to still be able to play. So very, very popular for that reason. The other course is in the downtown. It's called the Tower Links Golf Club. So yeah, 2 great options for all the golfers out there. And then heading up to our mountains, guys. So as I said before, we are the only emirate that has the mountains. Some incredible things up here. I'm going to show you another quick video that's going to highlight some of these key things that you want to know about in the mountains. So some pretty cool stuff happening on the mountains. What's good is when you come up here, it can be about 10 degrees cooler than when you're down on the beaches and in the city. So at the hot times of the year, coming up here for a bit of respite from the heat is great, but there's so much to do. So from hiking trails to mountain biking, Bear Grylls has his only ex-UK camp in our mountains. Families can do survival courses, high ropes courses. If you've got couples that want to learn survival skills, there's loads happening out here. But our biggest attraction We have got the Guinness certified longest zip line in the world. Goes from the top of the mountain. It's 2.83 kilometers long. You go as fast as 150 kilometers an hour when you go down this. For my sins, I've now done it 3 times, and I can tell you it gets scarier but gets better every single time you do it. It is definitely one for the bucket list. Anybody that comes to Ras Al Khaimah, they should be coming up and giving this bad boy a go. And if you've got families that want something a bit more family orientated, in the same places where the zip line is, we've also got our sledder. This is an almost 2 kilometer track going down the side of the mountain. You control the speed yourself, so you can go as fast or as slow as you like. But yeah, kids as young as like 4 years old have been going on this and they absolutely love it. So definitely one for families coming out to see us. And in the same place as where all this is, just going to skip past this for now. We've got 1484 by Puro. So this is 1,484 meters above sea level. It's the highest restaurant in the UAE. It's got an amazing outdoor viewing platform where you can sit, have breakfast, have lunch. It's full bar service here as well. They do great cocktails, or maybe a strong gin and tonic before you're about to get on that zip line. It's a real fantastic place. Even just coming up here, driving up, you know, it takes just over an hour from the hotels, and you can come up here and sit and take in the views. It's a really beautiful part of the world. And then just back down to the city centre, you can see here it's all built around the waterways. We've got lots of mangroves, lots of greenery in Ras Al Khaimah, which I think people don't expect from the UAE, where we are at the top of the narrowest point of the Gulf, where we've got our mountains and the mangroves. We've got this incredible little ecosystem, makes it very, very different to the other parts of the UAE. But down in the city centre, for the people that want it, we have got all the high brand shopping as well. So if people want to spend a day with the, you know, in the air conditioning, with the shops and the F&B and the entertainment, we've got that in our malls, Manor Mall being the biggest down on the water in the city. But for people who want it, again, all the traditional stuff as well. So in our downtown, where we've got the museum and we've got the mosques, you've also got all the souks. You can do all the very traditional shopping. Like I said before, it's all the local Emiratis, you know, living there, running their businesses. It's very, very traditional. I just want to also highlight sustainability before I finish, guys. It's something that's very, very important to us as a destination, especially as a destination that's still growing over the next few years. We've partnered with a company called EarthCheck, who work with some of the biggest brands globally on their sustainability goals. And we have our own initiative called Responsible Rack, which covers the entire destination, not just tourism. All the local businesses are included in this. And I'm really, really pleased that we actually got certified by EarthCheck. They gave us a silver certification in 2023 for the work we're doing towards sustainability. So obviously not just getting rid of plastic, it's making sure we're doing the right thing for the local culture, the land, the people, the nature, whatever we have to do to move forward in the most sustainable way we can, we are doing it. And we should, by 2025, be the regional leader out there for sustainability. So yeah, very, very proud of this. And guys, if you do want to know a bit more about the destination, a bit more detail of what I've gone into today, we have got our OTT online training. You can sign up to that. We always have loads of great incentives running alongside OTT, fam trip prizes and things like that. So definitely get on there. There's some great video content for you to go through. It takes about 20 minutes. And you'll be a Ras Al Khaimah ambassador by the end of it. And I'm just going to finish, guys, one more very quick video just to summarize some of the amazing things we've talked about today. And then we'll come and see if you guys have got any questions.